today's my Sunday. We got to get back on tracks like the midweek football games. Just kind of threw us out of rhythm a little bit. But the guys answered the call yesterday again, played well defensively. We didn't shoot the ball as good as we would have liked. But all in all, another good win, and we swept two division opponents on our schedule, and that's important. Just another solid week, and now we're going to turn our focus forward to ULM, who played extremely well the last few games. They had a big win yesterday over Arkansas State, came back in an overtime win, down 15 at the half. But they've won 3 in a row. And we've won 5 in a row, and I think App's won a few in a row, but we're the hottest teams in the league at this time. So we've got our hands full with Monroe. They're big. They're a very good rebounding team, and they scored 80-something points yesterday, and that's impressive. So hands full with them. Then we've got South Alabama again on Saturday. They've been in a little bit of a tailspin since we played there at Texas State on Wednesday or Thursday, and we'll see how that game plays out. I wanted to thank our fans that came out, season ticket holders, kind of shifted around to a Friday at 4 o'clock and Sunday noon, and thought we had some energy in the crowd both nights, especially yesterday.
You know, they were, I don't know, up 16 with, 15 to go or something, and then Arkansas, talking about their game yesterday, and then Arkansas State kind of, as you said, made y'all a little more uncomfortable than you wanted to be. Sometimes I think people think that if you have a double-digit lead that the game is over. But, like, at what point is it comfortable for you as a coach? Or do you – because I think if you're at 15 with 10 to go, that's really – you really haven't won the game yet. Like, you got a lot more. At what point is it comfortable?
No, absolutely. I mean, Memphis blew a 22-point second-half lead to a team they should have beaten at home. I mean, it's you get and that's one thing at halftime that I learned a long time ago. We were playing Auburn when I was at Sam Houston, and we were up 20 at the half at Auburn, and I'm thinking we have got to hang on because they're coming, and unfortunately we did. But to me, Kevin, it goes down to the last couple of minutes. I mean, until you get to about the 4-minute mark, and even 4-minute marker then against Arkansas State was a little dicey because, they can score so quick. Texas State doesn't shoot the ball like A-State. But until with a 3-point shot and the shot clock, I mean, until the game gets to 4 minutes and you're up 10, you feel good.
There's no true comfort until it hits zeros, though.
Yeah, exactly. Or you sub in and give guys a couple of curtain calls like we did yesterday.
Where offensively right now, obviously we've talked a lot about, going into Hosanna and the impact that he's made. Are there any areas on offense that you still feel like y'all need to do a little better in these next few weeks?
Yeah, for sure. We've got to take better care of the basketball. We stressed that last week. We didn't really do it. I mean, A-State's athletic. They block shots, got some steals. Texas State's good defensively. They got steals. They played really hard. So you're going to have a few turnovers, but we can't have the offensive fouls and stepping on the line twice and throwing the ball away when there's no pressure. And we made some passes, to be frank, that yesterday should have been stolen. It weren't. And that went for both teams. But got to get better taking care of the ball. We need to offensive rebound the ball better. It's something that we've been working on and had a really good game against A-State on the offensive glass. And just continue to get our timing and our pace down offensively. We've got to continue to work on that. And transitions are part of that too.
Coach, I thought Themis had one of his better offensive games of the season yesterday. What was Texas State doing that he was able to exploit yesterday?
Had a freshman guarding him, for the most part. And I like Gums. I think he's going to be a good player, but, he's just got experience. And I think he got in the paint. He played off 2 feet. He made a floater early, got his confidence up, and he continued to hit a couple. He's been working on his 3-point shot daily, certainly, and he hit another 3, which was big. But just playing with confidence. And the only unfortunate thing about Themis was Thursday, Saturday game moving to Friday, Sunday. His parents were here all weekend, and they left Sunday morning at 7. So grandparents, his family wasn't able to see him play like he did yesterday. But I thought he did a good job offensively. Moved the ball pretty good. He did not get assists, but when you shoot 14 times, you're not going to get as many. And he was on because the other night he was off. He was 2 for 11. Now he's 9 for 14. And he's been one of the leading free throw shooters in our conference. He's been solid there. He's done a really good job.
The way you're set right now, are you better off playing Wednesday, Saturday, the way your roster is set, or Thursday, Saturday?
Either. I mean, I don't put much thought into it, Kevin. I like Thursday, Saturday because we're used to a rhythm. But if you look back at last week, the game getting called off Thursday, Mike Thomas had the flu. He couldn't play. He didn't show up in practice for 3 days. He's in bed sick. And then he was cleared to play on Friday and played okay. We needed him. And then he played okay again yesterday. So, but he's still not 100%. London Fields, we talked about yesterday, was out with the flu as well, had fever, and he wasn't even at the game on Friday. But by that extra day, he was able to come back. But in a normal week, I mean, I'd rather play on Thursday, Saturday. I think we have really good crowds on Thursday.
So is rebounding still a matchup situation, or do you think y'all are fundamentally doing better things?
I think fundamentally we're doing better, but we're not there yet. We've still got some work to do. We missed a few blockouts yesterday, and we've got to be more solid in that area and just continue to go. I think we've stressed it so much that the guys are, I see they always say the right things to you guys after the game. So they know what we're stressing and what's important, and we just got to fight it every night. Had a good offensive rebounding game against State, and really both games. I thought we rebounded the ball, but we'll have a test against ULM.
With having to play yesterday, obviously this is a little bit shorter of a turnaround than you're used to. How do you plan out the next 48 hours for you guys? Same
way that we usually do, but it is a day less. So, but we're shorthanded from a depth standpoint, so we do need the rest. And we'll watch film this afternoon. They've got a compliance meeting with our staff, and then we'll watch film, and then they'll go down on the floor and shoot a little bit. And we'll start the game plan today with Monroe and be ready. And Monroe's in the same boat because they got bumped back to
Is there anything
Sunday.
unique about this matchup that y'all have to really be careful for in this matchup with Monroe?
Just got to be physical. I mean, they're a tough team. They rebound the ball. They take on the persona of their coach, Keith Richard, who has been there for a long time and done a really good job. And they're always tough. It doesn't matter, and they'll come in with a new wrinkle. I remember one time we played them here, and they opened the game in like a 1-3-1, and we hadn't seen that all year. And we watch every game, so they always have a trick up their sleeve for us. But it's going to come down to who wins on the glass and who makes some plays.
It's fun. Like Kobe had a stretch yesterday where I asked him after the game, like, when you go through it, like it's hard just not want to shoot the ball every time you get it. I'm sure because it's got to be fun to see him in those stretches.
Yeah, I like him when he's shooting the ball better from the perimeter. He was flat a couple of his shots yesterday and missed a couple. And if he'd have had those go in, he'd had a really good night scoring the basketball. But in the second half, we wanted to get it. We made a conscious effort to get him to the basket and attack, and he did a great job with it. And out of bounds plays, he got a great look there, and we just missed him a couple other times. But he's aggressive. I thought Kobe played really well yesterday. He didn't shoot the three well, but he did everything else fine. And 10 rebounds is a high for him, and we certainly recognize that after the game in front of the team because that's something that we need. And he pushed the ball. He blocked shots. He had a great chase down block, and I thought he had a block on Love that was clean. Knocked him down, but I thought he had all ball. So he's contributing in a lot of different ways, and just happy. I asked him last week, how do you feel the way things are going. And he said, Coach, I'm just enjoying it and don't take anything for granted. And I mean, he's a well-grounded young man.